Alright, so it's time. ShadPS4 testing out Bloodborne on the Steam Deck. Is it playable? Is it not? So first things first, Bloodborne firmware 4.5 version 0.1.09. When it comes to Bloodborne, if you hold the Steam key and use the trackpad, you can use it as a mouse. By right clicking and going to cheats and patches, going to patches, I'm using the ShadPS4 ones and I downloaded the patches. Skip intro, 30 FPS fix with proper frame pacing. Here says this will significantly increase input lag, but that's okay. Proper frame pacing FTW, disable chromatic aberration, disable motion blur, and all these other ones, I'm not using them. Oh, and I forgot 720p. You can also use 800p, but I want to help the Steam Deck on this one as much as possible. We're emulating a PS4 game at the end of the day. How do you go back from here? Pretty easy. Steam key, ShadPS4, and open this one. And you'll be back in no time. So let's get into it right away. All the settings are default on ShadPS4. Once we hit play, if nothing happens, hit the Steam key and go to here in the settings. And on switch windows, make sure you choose the other ShadPS4 that shows up, and you'll be in the menu. Then go to the three dots and make sure to disable the frame limit and allow tearing. We already have VSync enabled on the emulator itself. Alright, welcome to Bloodborne on ShadPS4 on the Steam Deck. So open the Steam menu once again, and in cheats, patches, I'm going to enable cheats. Why? So I don't pay attention, basically, and I can talk to you guys at the same time. So once you do so, go back to the game, and you have unlimited everything. If you want to use cheats, if you don't wanna, that's okay, I get it. It's just for showing you the game better, basically. Beginning with the Hunter stream, it seems to be all good. We're maxing out one core. There are some stutters here and there, but again, we're emulating Bloodborne, a PS4 game, on a Steam Deck. So let's go back and see what happens. But this is pretty exciting. I was waiting because every few hours we got updates to how the game worked on ShadPS4, and I wanted to wait. Oops. Okay, hold up. We got a Vertex Explosion issue. I forgot to apply that fix, so one sec, be right back. To fix that issue, you need this mod. Pretty easy to install, just download it, extract it, copy, go where you have the game installed. In my case, it's here, all this long folder, paste what you extracted, and overwrite the files. And we should be back into the game in no time now. Alright, so now with the mod installed, we're back into the game. And well, I didn't see any more Vertex explosions, but I'm seeing very high CPU usage. And it's using all the memory. I tried the UMA buffer at 4 gigabytes and it didn't matter at all. I'm now at 1 gigabyte of the UMA buffer. And the VRAM and RAM are basically maxed out. We only have, this sounds weird, we only have 16 gigs on the entire system. So each shares those 16 gigs between the VRAM and system RAM. All things considered, this game being emulated, a PS4 game being emulated on a Steam Deck, is still mind-blowing that it actually works. It works better than I expected, actually. But for what I'm seeing here, it seems to be just heavily memory limited and CPU limited as well. I saw many videos online where I saw way better frame rates and more consistent, but I cannot seem to be able to do the same thing. Again, default settings with those patches that I showed you at the beginning. Also the Vertex Explosion mod fix. And I played this on my main computer, that is a high-end PC. It's like, yeah, it's a 14900K and a 4090. And I have a lot of RAM. And the game was using more than 16 gigs only on the RAM side. On the VRAM, I don't remember exactly. but still, the fact that it works at all blows my mind. We even have shadow rendering, correct audio. I've been holding off on making a video about this game just due to the fact that when it was first announced that it was working on the emulator, we got updates like every few hours with new developments. So now that it's slowed down a little bit, I would say, I think it was a good time to visit it on Steam Deck. I'm going to be trying it more often as new versions of ShadPS4 come out. If there is any other patches that you guys recommend, please let me know in the comments. And if I'm doing something wrong with the configuration, please do so as well. And also, yeah, I'm using cheats because otherwise you guys won't be able to see this part very much. I haven't played Bloodborne in a while. I also tried lowering the resolution, but that didn't seem to fix it at all, unfortunately. I tried 540p and even lower than that, and it was having similar performance to this. But again, the fact that it just functions blows my mind. We're clearly memory and CPU limited on this one. And on those 15 watts that the Steam Deck can use on the APU, it has to share that between the CPU and GPU. That's why the GPU is not being utilized at more tthan 1000 MHz. It needs to be a little less demanding because there's less geometry than in the in that center of town with lots of enemies and fire and all that good stuff. So now let's do one of those classic boss battles, a famous staple of Bloodborne. What a game. The Cleric Beast. But all things considered, I think the game looks awesome on the smaller screen. I wish Sony could do an official port of this for the PC. That would really make it work 100% of the way there on Steam Deck, at least in my opinion. Clearly the Dark Souls engine, everything from software is using. So it should be, in theory, less demanding than Elden Ring. If they make a port of that, man, I'll be streaming it for 3 days straight to show you guys that it actually works pretty well there. But until then, this is what we got. At least, again, let me know in the comments if I did anything wrong with the configuration. So far I've been following the steps like on my PC. But again, we seem to be heavily memory limited. I wouldn't play like this, the game like this, personally. Just too much slowdown. It's clearly still ways off, but it's pretty accurate when it comes to graphics. I'm pretty surprised on how far we've come when it comes to emulating Bloodborne. Again, a PS4 game, and we get like 2 hours of battery. The CPU is getting slammed, the RAM is being completely utilized. So yeah, a bright future ahead of it, at least in my opinion. If Sony won't give us Bloodborne, well, we'll find a way to do it ourselves, set the community. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did revisiting Bloodborne, but this time on an emulator. I played this on PlayStation 4 back in the day. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but man, I want to play it more on PC. This is wonderful. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see ya next time with another update on Bloodborne. Bye guys, thanks for watching.